Hello everybody and welcome to the Genshin live stream. How's everyone doing? A wonderful Saturday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll become even better as you're going to watch my live stream. Okay. Another day of Genshin. We got a cool new teaser today. Actually, I think there's even a tiny little video. Barely a video. Hello, traveler. Let me just look this up. Oh yeah, here it is. We got a tiny little video today. The Arcane Premonition. And essentially what this most likely means is, like, because all of these symbols symbolize one character each. We've got Albedo, Klee, Venti, Mona, Sucrose, Fischl, and Razor. And, oh no, what happened? Oh my god. No, shorts are so bad. Why do they exist? How gamer? So, these 7 characters are most likely gonna get buffed with the by like once Durin comes out, and it's not even related directly to Durin, but all of these characters plus Durin himself are gonna have a special tag, kind of like, you know, some characters are from Natlan, and they have Night Soul, and they can charge Mabuika's burst, and other characters cannot, right? So some characters will get the Hexen Circle tag. And those characters, I think you'll have, like, you'll need 2 of them in the team, and then they will activate a special passive. So Durin will have one like this, and all of these characters will get another new special passive. Hat 2, no, this is not Lisa's hat. Lisa is explicitly not a part of the Hexen Circle. They wanted to invite her, and she didn't want anything to do with that. So, no, there is no Lisa. Unfortunately, it seems like there is no Wanderer as well, which would be pretty sad. But yeah, we also got like a little leak saying what the passives might be for Venti and for Klee. It's not gonna be like anything huge, but it's like a nice little bonus. For Klee, she might get a free charge attack every 3 normal attacks. So you do 3 normals and the free charge attack comes out. Pretty good. Like, this won't make Klee amazing or the best Pyro main DPS or anything, but if you already are playing Klee, getting free charge attacks is pretty big, especially because they don't consume stamina that way as well. And for Venti, apparently, after using his burst, he will get Anemo Infusion on his arrows, so he can fire some extra empowered arrows after the burst, so like some on-field Venti stuff. Depends on the scaling, can say, because like for Klee, charge attack every 3 basics, we can say, okay, yeah, we know what a charge attack is, we know how much time 3 basics take. For Venti, we have no idea what the scaling will be on these attacks, so will this be amazing or useless? We'll have to see. Okay, let's do some dailies. We have no idea what the others might do though. I feel like an overload team with Klee and Durin could be absolutely fire. So like, Klee, Durin, Chevrus, Fischl. And Fischl is also gonna get a buff. Fischl is one of the characters here. So that could be pretty fire. I have C2 Klee. And here C2 is one of the best like 1.0 constellations. 23% def reduction. One of the biggest things is that it affects the entire team. It's not like just def ignore, because, you know, you can look at Raiden and see like, oh, 60% def ignore here, and Klee just has 23. But Klee's passive is arguably better, because this reduces enemies' defense, and doesn't give you defense penetration like for Raiden. So this affects the entire team. And even to this day, Klee is sometimes used in whale speedruns. Also, she doesn't have a goblet. She doesn't... yeah. She doesn't have sons either. Mona is very bad in a Klee team. Very, very bad. I mean, I guess unless you want to like vape Mona, but then Klee doesn't do much. Yeah, no, that sounds very bad. Because she doesn't really do much. A very short damage bonus for Klee, who's more of a sustained DPS. Like, Mona's buffs are pretty bad overall, but at least they can be useful if you have like a short burst window. Like you burst with Mona, then you burst with Mavuika, get a big vape. It's still worse than just melting, but whatever. Klee Bennett Mona Citlali. What is this? Melt Citlali? Like, Klee cannot melt. Klee applies the most pyro out of all characters in the game. Mona applies no hydro either. Like, it's possible to vape with Klee if you play like double hydro. Furina Xingqiu or Xingqiu Yelan Klee, you can vape like that. But you need to hydro. Mona, absolutely no. Even with another hydro would not be enough. And Citlali, just I don't know what Citlali is doing, just chilling. just sustain Citlali. No supportive capabilities. Bong bong. So yeah, Overload is looking much better for Klee. Like, Overload is even good for Arlecchino, who can melt properly. And it's not even bad for Mavuika, who can melt her burst for like billion damage. She got like 60% bonuses? Citlali? She just has some rest shred. But like, I guess this works. No, melt. You need to trigger melt. Yeah, this is. I mean, I guess Citlali can trigger melt on a pyro infused enemy. So like, sure, this can happen. But like, that's it. She can wield an Atlancet, I guess. But like. This is just Shilonen but worse. Sit on couch, okay. Like, you don't want, if you cannot make use of her cryo up, you don't want to play Citlali, because most of what she provides is the cryo up, right? Now, for some teams where you don't have that many options, like Citlali, like Skirk. For like Skirk, Citlali can be decent because there aren't really any other characters you can play. Like, you cannot play Shilonen in a Skirk team. So that's when Citlali can be good, even though her cryo up is kinda useless in that team. But if you could actually like vape or play Overload is just gonna be so much better than anything else. Okay, let's sit on the couch. You don't need C6 Chevrus to give better buffs than Citlali who's not enabling melt. C0 Chevrus is more than enough. Also, Friendship 10? Oh, what a duck. Glorious duck. So I could kick Aino from the team, but she's the best option anyways. The only character here that I would want to kick is Lauma once she hits Friendship 10. Enemy sword. Oh, we dealt 0 damage because we don't have Hydro on them. Get them, Lauma. So, I mean, we'll have to see exactly what the buffs are. Like, the Klee buff could be different from the one from the league. Mona could get a significant buff. Maybe Mona gets a buff that gives her 10 times the Hydro up. We'll need to see what the Sucrose and Fischl buffs are. Right? So maybe a team with Mona Klee could be viable, but they have about the weakest synergy two characters can have in Genshin. Like right now, if you wanted to play Klee and Mona, it's like pretty terrible. Oops, I wanted the small burst. Okay. Also, I would not expect the buffs to these characters to be like if a team like the one you said, Klee Bennett Mona Citadel, if this team is bad now, which it is, I'm not expecting the buffs to these characters to make any team like this good. I'm expecting more like good teams that already play these characters to just like get even slightly better, and then also it's prep for Durin, so that with Durin these characters can work even better. So if you only want to play Durin with Molani and nobody else ever, then I would not expect a sudden revival from like Mona and Razor by themselves. He most likely doesn't buff Vape directly. He just will have good off-field Pyro. Because like apparently he has a passive that gives Rest Shred to Pyro and other elements when a reaction is procced, but it excludes Melt and Vape. So I think he cannot shred Hydro or Cryo explicitly. At least from the last leak we got, which is still early and still might be inaccurate. But if you want like best in slot, ideal, amazing Molani support, he might not be that. So don't get your hopes up. He definitely won't be bad. But he might not be great either. We have to see exactly how his Pyro and other stuff works. Especially because Molani is such a scuffed character. Even if you had like long duration, strong damage, good off-field Pyro, it might not actually be all that great, because for Molani, if you have too much off-field Pyro, if your off-field Pyro lasts for too long, then you cannot apply buffs like, you know, Cinder City or Vivi. Because you need your Pyro up to finish, and then you need to apply extra Hydro with Molani with like her regular charge attack, and then you like swirl the Hydro, and then you reapply Pyro again. So like, if his off-field Pyro up lasts for too long, that already makes him worse with Molani than Pyro MC or Mavuika. So, Molani is like a very scuffed character. It's even a minor thing in Durin's kit could make her worse than alternatives. Okay, this was a very good version of the game. And yeah, I don't really wait. So, when did the second chapter begin actually? I don't even remember. Both were amazing. Changing is fine with Molani. I think it doesn't last for too long. Not sure though. Playing Molani is just like pain, man. Playing Molani is torture. I would rather like pay somebody than be forced to play Molani. I tried a bit versus the turtle. And like, just based on my investment on Molani and the team I was using, I should have been able to clear the turtle, the dire turtle in Stygian, right? I should have been able to clear him in like 100 seconds probably, based on like other videos I saw, but I couldn't even like get half of his HP down. I wasn't even half the way there. And then with Skerk I did it after. After I figured out how to manipulate the turtle AI properly, I got it in like 3 tries. Took me a long time to actually figure out what I was doing wrong and why the turtle was not getting frozen properly. But once I figured out, oh, I just need to like dash at the beginning, then it was pretty fast, pretty quick. So yeah, I'm probably never gonna play Molani again, no matter what supports get released for her. Clink Clan Clash also was a pretty lovely event. The story and the activities, everything was great. This was the best X.0 version event, because usually when a new version gets released, we get like barely an event. Just like, you know, some walk around the new region, beat up some enemies, and stuff like that. But here we got a proper quest. It wasn't deep or anything, but it was cute. The Cosblow Operative Bonanza was pretty fine. Stygian Onslaught was pretty fine. The journey, oh yeah, the photo event was great, with the ability to pause character animations, amazing. So how satisfied am I with the following characters? Flynn's very satisfied. Loma, let's go somewhat satisfied, she's not bad. Well, in the story she's kinda lame, because like, her kit, absolute banger. But like, visuals, kinda meh. And her personality and role in the story, meh. She's just kinda boring. Why go like neutral? And Ainos the goat. How satisfied are you with the experience in Virgin Lunawan's new areas? Very satisfied. Have I explored? Yes. Regarding the environment, art of the new areas, how satisfied are you with the following content? Urban architecture and cultural landscape. Great. Natural scenery. Great. Atmosphere. Amazing. What are the main reasons for your satisfaction with the environment art of the new areas? Distinct features in the architectural style? Yeah, both the like Fatui base and then the makeshift houses in Nasha Town. Flora and fauna are diverse. Yeah, the animals do a lot of heavy lifting. Like the scenery is very detailed. These are like all the same, man. As I'm with the following areas, Kuvaki, very satisfied. Nasha Town, very satisfied. Nasha Town. Distinct features. It's detailed and distinct. Experimental Bureau. Matches the story. Atmosphere is good. And the high-tech design is cool. When I first saw the following areas, how much did you want to explore them? Very much. And slightly. For Nasha Town I'll go like slightly less. Just to make the Kuvaki Experimental Bureau very much even better, I'm gonna go slightly less on Nasha Town. How much do the following environment art appeal to you? Barrowmoss Barrens. This is the Eternal Thunderstorm area. Let's go somewhat attractive. Stars and Shoal, very attractive. This was a cool place. Quest gameplay. Oh yeah, the interest of the Nearing Moon unlocking the mechanism seal, that was great. When the phlogiston inscriptions appeared, I was like, what? And this was cool as well. I am very familiar with Kuvaki. How much do you think Kuvaki has the following on? Terrain and landscape. Wait, weather? So like, lore... Is this like a lore question? It has a significant impact. Let's go like on weather moderate impact. And then significant impact on terrain and plants. Animals, significant impact, enemies, moderate, residents' daily lives, moderate. Puzzles mechanism, significant. Do you think the following elements in the new areas are connected? Weather and residents' daily lives. Weather and enemies. When it comes to weather, it's mostly just that one area with the eternal thunderstorm. I mean, there was a quest there, a guy was harnessing the lightning. But weather and enemies? Not really. Enemies and residents' daily lives. Definitely connected, because like the Wild Hunt and stuff. Residents, daily lives and animals. Slightly connected. Lauma sends the birds to like poop on people. Do you have any other comments or thoughts you want to share with us about the ecology in Not Cry? Do you have any thoughts about the ecology in Not Cry? Not really. Oh, Miliastra Wonderland event ending soon. Let's see if anybody clicked my link at any point. Oh, we reached 30 million, yay! Nobody clicked my link, man. Sad face. Okay, time to spend some resin. Everything here? Or should I get anything else? Not really. What more can you do to make Aino good? Aino is so good, you don't even need to make her good. She's just good by default. Like, yeah, she's Ascension 1. That's all you need. Just pick Aino, you know? Pick performance. It's like other characters, they need levels, they need talent levels, they need like leveled up artifacts, constellations. I mean, Aino's constellations are pretty good. But like Aino, she doesn't need any of that, you know? Talent levels 1, 1, 2, we are chilling. Level 50, perfectly fine. You might want level 70 for theater if you don't have the like, if you are like short on characters for theater, sometimes having an extra Hydro could be good. Also, she's just a good character in theater. She just applies Hydro consistently. And also if you want to play Flins or any other Not Cry or like Nefer in the future in theater, having Aino helps to fulfill the passives. So level 70 is probably recommended more from like an account perspective, but it's not like Aino needs it, it's just that theater needs it. Is T1 Aino helpful for Nefer? Yeah, it's 80 EM, and Nefer loves EM. She eats up any EM. Like normally you have these diminishing returns on EM, but like, and theoretically Nefer has some as well, but both her base damage and the damage multiplier scale with EM. So EM is just so broken on her that even once you get like 2000 EM, getting 80 more is still appreciated. Normal characters wouldn't care at that point, but Nefer can't have too much EM. Every point of EM is is amazing for her. So C1 is actually the most important thing. The C6 isn't even that big, because C6 is just direct Lunar Bloom damage bonus. So it's Lunar Bloom 35%. So it's only the multiplier, but not the base damage. Because EM for Nefer is both the base damage and the multiplier. This is just the multiplier. So C6 is also fine, but C1 is the more important one for Nefer. And yeah, the EM crit, I mean, it's not like it matters at all here. Because EM only matters if you go to level 90 for like lunar charge damage. But you don't need to do that. Might as well play ER, just in case like you fight an enemy who sucks your energy. But like, yeah, it's pretty irrelevant, but probably makes more sense than the EM. Because at level 50 you are not doing reaction damage with Aino, right? So you could go ER. In case you are fighting a Wayob who sucks your energy and you need to get your burst back quickly or something. Stuff like that. So if you are pulling for Nefer next patch, dropping a 10 pull on the Flynn's banner for C1 Aino could be pretty nice actually. And who knows, you might get Flynn's. Together with spooky Halloween costumes. So there is a new mode coming to Genshin, like a totally new game. Like a parallel mode, which is Miliastra Wonderland. It's kind of like Genshin Roblox, where people can create their own games. People can create their own games with the creator they will provide to us, and then you can go and play them. And you can customize the MC in that mode, and those are costumes for that MC. That MC can also be used in Teyvat, but they are not allowed in endgame. You can only walk around with them. Yeah, this is in Genshin. It will be like in the menu, there will be a Miliastra Wonderland button. This is like almost good, but no crit damage. Just crit rate is not good enough. If it was just crit damage, I would take this. And could be an FR piece, but just crit rate, not really. Yeah, I'm very excited for Miliastra. I already have some ideas of what I could try to make. And it will be very cool to check out all the cool games people make as well. Physical damage bonus. I already got so many physical goblets on these sets. Did you just delete physical damage as a stat? Don't give people false hope. Because some people are still coping that physical will be a thing, but physical is just terrible by design. It's better for everybody that physical is not a thing. HP Sans double crit ER, flat HP even. Yeah, this could be good. This is a Furina piece. Silken Moon Furina. Let's just use 40 resin now. Attack Goblet. Not enough good stats. It's not terrible, like if I had no goblets I would be like, okay, I'm taking this for an onset. Crit rate EM, maybe we roll like once into each. Flat attack is not the absolute worst. But I already have something better, I'm pretty sure. HP Goblet, Defense Goblet. I'm mostly looking for the DPS pieces. Oh, she was still alive somehow. Final clear. Banger piece. Not even the right set. I already have 8 frages, but I will save them for like a new set release. I won't use them again next Stygian immediately. Probably. But I'll just save them again. Not until I have 80, but you know, until they release a new set, maybe new set for Columbina or something. Okay, don't grab the shiny, because that will be grabbing the shinies elsewhere. Let's visit the pot of tea, the teapot. I don't have the transients, because I've already used them, and that's good. But the transient from next week is already gonna be savable for Stygian. Because we are getting the new patch next week. In just a couple days, like 4 more days. And then a week later, Stygian. So any transients obtained next week will already be Stygian eligible. So I will finally claim my theater rewards next week. If this has, if the notification has bothered anybody, it will be gone. Let's make the Columbina furniture. This could be nice, the blanket of stars. Maybe I should put this in my shrine. Remove some foxes to free up the load. And then for the grass, do the Columbina grass. Could be an option. Although I'm not sure how it will interact with these tiles. Maybe I would have to move the fence, and at that point it's like, nope, too much effort. At that point I'm noping out of there. And leaving it as it is. I mean, I don't really need to change anything here. This is a good build. Hasn't brought me luck recently though, unfortunately. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go collect artifacts, right? Not like I have anything better to do first. However, before I do that, I will go take a quick bathroom break. I need to change my team anyways. So, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Red Fusion. He's gonna cash a board sooner than expected. He has a 5-star main DPS. Those usually get boards pretty quickly. Has Auroron gotten a board yet? Because I remember he hasn't gotten a board for a very long time. And he might still not have one. But he's a 4-star sub DPS, so nobody cares. Unfortunately. And I built such a banger Auroron. And Freeze is pretty popular, all things considered. I do feel like they made a great character with Fleens. I will TP here quickly to heal up, because my team is very low on HP for some reason. Not sure exactly why. Have I fought something? Oops, I didn't want to talk to the statue. Wanted to grab the crab. Very excited for Nefer? She looks pretty cool. Although when it comes to like excitement from upcoming characters, Nefer is towards the bottom of the list for me actually. Not because I'm not that excited for Nefer, it's just I'm so much more excited for other characters. Like Durin my goat, and Varka, Alice, Nicole, Yahoda. It's just that Nefer is the character I'm least excited for simply because everybody else I'm even more excited for. Maybe that's better to say. I'm still excited for next patch, to see more of the main story. And to see Durin leaks. One, 2, and 3. There's actually no reason for me to run around like this, right? I can just like go up here. I'm not sure why I'm running around like this every time. An idea on 6.2 banners. So the best thing we can do to guess 6.2 banners is to look at Stygian Onslaught and Abyss and Theater possibly even. So Stygian Onslaught 6.2. I mean we already know the actually I'm not sure why we know the Stygian Onslaught already, but we do. So there is Inquisitus Baptist, Experimental Field Generator, and Battle Hardened Ictomisaurus. The Ictomisaurus generates cryo shields. This is probably just the Durin boss. Just a lot of pyro up to destroy the cryo shields. So we have 2 bosses left that are not the Durin bosses. The Baptist, Electro Pyro Hydro Shields, and you want like teams with different elements. This might be just like a general boss, kind of like the Drake dispatch, where like he doesn't shield any specific new character, but maybe like I'm not even sure, because for the Baptist you just make like wacky teams where you just want good up of different elements. So yeah, not sure what Baptist could mean. Might mean nothing. But Experimental Field Generator is a plunge boss, so I'm expecting a Varesa rerun. Varesa has not gotten a rerun yet, if I'm not mistaken, right? So yeah, she only had 1 banner back in March, so she's due for a rerun, and makes sense, you know. And there is a plunge boss. So I'm putting all my bets on Varesa. Would be lovely if she was the same half as Durin. That would be a banger weapon banner. Varesa weapon plus Durin weapon. Whew. And for Spiral Abyss, this will... Nah, this is just Arlecchino and then Nefer. So yeah, this is too fresh. This is the Durin theater. That's why there are all the Mondstadt characters. Fischl, Mona, Albedo, Klee, right? And Sucrose. All of these characters, everybody except for Razor from the characters mentioned in the trailer are here. Oh no, there is no Venti as well, right? Yeah. There is no Venti, no Razor, but we've got Albedo, Klee, Mona, Sucrose, and Fischl. So we can't really say much here about the other characters because it's just all for Durin. So my best bet, Varesa. Could be either half though, because Stygian Onslaught bosses can shield characters on second half as well. Kinda like Fleens was shield, second half. Dispatch. But I would love it if she was first half, would be the dream weapon banner for me. So, and yeah, other than this Stygian, we really don't have anything better. This is all we know. If I get lucky enough on Durin, I could even pick up Varsa C2 on her rerun. Because I do already have C1 for the extra exploration. I do have Flings as well, so it might seem a bit redundant to have another Electro DPS, but they are pretty different. They play very different teams. Varesa plays Overload usually, or she can just play, you know, just like Xianyun, where you usually go Furina, so I guess it is Electro Charge then. But like, the fact that she can play Electro Charge is also nice. But yeah, she's very flexible. Also a plunge DPS, sometimes it matters, like against the field generator. So I feel like they are different enough to still be worth pulling. Also, her C2 is great and I already have C1. And I might lose to her weapon. I did not pull her weapon because I wanted to play Lost Prayers. And I still want to play Lost Prayers in the overworld on her to run faster. But in Stygian, because like back when Varesa came out, we did not have Stygian yet. So back then, pulling for a weapon that gives her more damage but like isn't really needed and makes her slower in the overworld seemed pretty meh. But nowadays we have Stygian, and getting her weapon would actually be quite a big deal. It's a very strong weapon. Do I pull everyone anyways? Yeah, but I don't pull all weapons and cons. So like, it's not am I pulling Durin, it's like how many cons am I pulling for Durin, and can I pull any cons for Varesa afterwards? Stuff like that, this is what I think about. By default I usually get like one thing extra for a character, either a con or a weapon, but sometimes nothing. For Flames I wanted C1, but I got unlucky, so he's C0R0. And I'm fine with that because my Inefa is C1R1, so Inefa makes up for that. Still focus between the two of them. Okay, let's go to Fontaine. Hello Wilson, 3 days until Nefer? More like 4. I guess if you are on the western side of the Atlantic, it can be Tuesday evening for you. 3 because you're Asian? No, for like, so like it's more even. Oh no, you mean because it's already Sunday for you. And then until Wednesday, okay, yeah. I want to go here. So I pull everybody, but sometimes I do pull characters even without having plans to play them that much, right? I could just bench my Varesa. But if I pull cons for her, that means I'm not going to bench her. I'm just gonna get C0R0 Nefer, and I don't expect too much longevity out of her. I'm not saying that I feel like she will fall off. I'm just saying that I feel like I will not play her much in the future, especially as more not crazy DPSs come out. I will very likely use her in the next Stygian, because having 2 not crazy teams will be very helpful. But after that, she might just get the bench. Okay, now let's go back to Natlan. I think I'll be able to do the next Dire. It depends on the final boss. I should be fine with the not cry shield bosses. Although C0R0... Wait, where am I going? I went the wrong way. C0R0 Nefer with C0, 0 Lauma. Will that be good enough? I don't know. I feel like it should be though, because she's the newest character. Sorry, and then the last boss I'm probably gonna do with Skirk. It's either Skirk or Arlecchino. I do have a Conan Skirk. And she's just a pretty busted character. But it should be a Skirkable boss. We'll have to see. It depends on their HP. Some bosses are just like too tanky and you need Mowuika cons to kill them. And some bosses are not too tanky and you can play other characters or Mowuika without cons. I never feels like the true not Cranian DPSs, because I mean they are the only not Cranian DPSs. What do you mean? Who is a not true not Cranian DPS? It's Notkai just came out. Okay, Mondstadt next? Or rather, Mondstadt, Inazuma. Kosaki Village, let's go. Yeah, Varka is from Mondstadt. Alice though is... Wait, 1... 2... Alice we don't really know where she's from. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay. She hangs out in Mondstadt the most, out of all the regions. But I don't think she's from this world in the first place. I feel like she's like Skirk, an Outlander, but not a Descender. Okay. Make sure I don't pick up any like sassy shiny spots. I don't think there should be any around here, but gotta be careful when I spam F to collect enemy mats. Okay, now towards the boat. Nicole? I guess she is most likely a Seelie, and Seelies are children of the moons. But I don't really know enough about her yet to say with confidence how not Cranian she is. Wait. These two, right? Yeah, these two. And then these two. Wait, was that one also? Maybe? No, I don't think so. I wasn't counting though. Oops. And also it's very likely that we'll get more characters that have not been revealed yet. Kinda like Varessa. Varessa was not revealed initially. And did not take part in the Natlan Archon quest. Not directly anyways. I mean, they did say afterwards that like, oh, now, you know, she was helping defend the tribe. We just never crossed paths with her. Aoife also is another character that did not take part in the Archon quest at all. Okay, now is the shred time. I still don't remember the path, so I will need the video. And yeah, there will be a Liyue character every year. We get one new Liyue character, at least, one or two. Probably one 4-star, one 5-star. He has markers for each thingy he picks up. Maybe I should get those as well. For every shiny. Okay, 1 and then 2 here. This much I can do. Let's gotta do it a couple times. I've only done it right once so far. One and 2. Okay, then 3 to the right. Okay, then we go through this door. On the left there is one spot. Be very careful in grabbing this, because if I go too far left, I'm gonna mess everything up. And then we jump through the other hole. Grab this. What did you say about my mom? Wait, where did he go now? Grab this. And go straight through these 2 rooms. Okay. Straight through these 2 rooms. To the left. And to the right. And this is the shiny. Man, this is complicated. I will learn one day though. And once I've done this, it's safe. I either did it correctly or I messed up. At this point I can just grab the artifacts willy-nilly. Oh no! I went too far. We can't really use Chaska here because she flies too high up, but Wanderer is just high enough. Ouch. One. I'm just gonna get her mask when she comes out. I'm not in a hurry. Cause like... You only need to build your Nefer before the Stygian ley line comes out. Oops. Ideally, right? Because when the Stygian ley line is online, you want to just farm artifacts and nothing else. So you have like a week to farm her mass and that's more than enough. And after that he will just farm artifacts forever anyways. Wait, am I supposed to go here? Where am I? Shoot. I might have gone too far and I might have despawned the artifacts. What have I done? I went the wrong way. Shoot, I hope I didn't go too far. I might have messed this up. Because I want to go... Yeah, where did I just go? A second ago? No, I've already been here. Wait, what? I'm so confused about by what I've just done. Where did they just go? Okay, the artifacts are still here. I think I didn't mess it up too badly. Oh yeah, I could craft a piece, because the patch is almost ending. This is like my penultimate Genshin stream before the next patch. Yeah. So, this is a good time to craft a piece on the new set. But what exactly are we crafting? Could be a crit damage hat. Could be an attack or EM goblet. I mean, I just try to farm artifacts every day. And I do it at around the same time-ish. I also don't really care about doing it too fast. Yeah, everything is here, nice. I slightly lost my way at one point. But it wasn't fatal. This guy is always yapping. This is actually what I try to do. There's not something that just happens. I do try to yap. All day, every day, all the time. The only times I'm not yapping is when I'm like heavily focused. Doing the rhythm game or Stygian Onslaught or whatever. Or when I'm taking a break. And I'm not even here. So what are we crafting? So we grabbed all the artifacts. Great, amazing. This piece would be so nice to play, but I would overcap on crit rate so badly. I need to get Princess 6 so that I can play this. My piece isn't too bad either. For a character that's capped on crit rate. This isn't bad. But this would be amazing. We could play this on Nefer if I'm not overcapped on crit rate. Attack is kinda worthless, but for crit rolls. Perfect audio only stream. That's great. This could also be for Nefer. 4 crit rolls and then we have 1 EM roll. It's EM low roll, but EM is broken on Nefer. Doesn't she overcap easily? Nah. I mean, she gets 30 crit rate from the set, but other than that, she gets no extra crit rate from anywhere. She has a crit damage ascension. Her best weapons are all crit damage. Even because like both her Sig and then like Wit Sith if you don't have the Sig. Or you can play like some EM stuff, whatever. So like she doesn't really play crit rate weapons. So no. Not really. You can play pieces like this or this and you'll be fine. I mean you don't want 20 crit rate on every piece, because that's 100 crit rate. But yeah, having like 10 crit on every piece, that's fine. On average. And you want to have that, right? Because like, if you aren't overcapping, you want as much crit as possible. You decided no Arlecchino, Furina, or Nubilet. Okay, okay. So I'm good on flowers. I mean, I'm not gonna craft a flower or feather anyways, but just like, you know. This is pretty amazing. This is kinda perfect. And then here we have... Oh yeah, it's a 3-liner, but we rolled everything into crit rate EM, so this is a great piece for Nefer as well. 1 each. Not bad either. 3 EM to crit rate. If I need more crit rate than this piece gives me, there's also an option. It doesn't have crit damage, but it's a 4-liner instead. Yeah, so we are good on feathers as well. I spent 90 fragile resin on this domain when the first Stygian ley line came out. So I got quite a few good pieces actually from that. For Flints, it's my goblet for now. I do have 2 EM goblets, which are both... I mean, this one is playable. 2 crit rate rolls. Or like 3 crit rate rolls altogether, 1 crit damage roll. This is not a bad piece at all, but I could try crafting another EM goblet. I could even play an EM goblet on Flints, since I do have Staff of Scarlet Suns. So goblet is looking fine. Or we could do a hat. This is good. I mean, these are good hats, but they're not like amazing hats. You know, I'm not pogging when I see them. Oh, this is kind of pog. But this is a crit rate hat, so it's unplayable. I mean, a crit rate hat could be playable on Nefer. You could be fine with this. I play a crit rate hat on my Nuvilet. Or at least I used to play a crit rate hat on my Nuvilet. I think I don't anymore. But then I would need to be careful about crit rate on the other pieces. What is the VPN I'm using? It's Malvad. I really like it. Very clean. On Flints it's better to play attack goblets and suns. Unless you have Staff of the Scarlet Suns specifically. On Nefer, EM is the only option. There is no other option. Should we have a better goblet? I mean, this is a 4-liner with 5 good rolls. The only way it could be better if it also had crit rate on top, but like that would be a perfect piece. I don't have a literally perfect goblet for him. And this is 1 roll away from perfect. Because crit damage, ER and EM are all great stats for Flints. Like, yeah, sure, maybe I would like a crit damage roll a bit more, but the ER is great, I do need it. I do need the ER. And also I'm capped on crit rate. Oh yeah, it would not even be better with crit rate, because I'm capped on crit rate. This is literally perfect. Like, move 1 roll to crit damage, that's the only possible improvement. But it's so minor, it's like irrelevant. Rolling in the wrong good stat is not really an issue. So yeah, I'm crafting an EM goblet. It might be not better than this. It might be just as good. Because we have double crit and 2 crit rolls. I could also craft a hat, but here we also have like a bare minimum crafted piece. Attack is always better for Flints if you don't have Staff of the Scarlet Suns. So like, it's not always, but like, yeah. If you are playing any weapon that's not called Staff of the Scarlet Suns, attack is always better. I could also level this up. Your Aino actually has better crit subs than your Nefer. What do you mean with 1 Suns? I mean, attack is like... The only stats that are good on Flints are attack, crit, EM and ER. I mean, that's actually quite a few. But you don't need to play ER Suns, that's too much ER usually. And then attack is just better than EM, and you cannot play crit Suns or crit Goblets. So attack is the one option left. And even with attack Suns and attack Goblet, attack subs are still good, attack percent subs. So you've got level 70 for the theater, talent levels for funsies, sure, whatever. Flameforged Insight, solid weapon. If you're gonna level her, because like, if she's 70, you could level her even more. For... but you don't have the lunar charged characters, right? Yeah, so levels don't matter then on her. Flameforged Insight is still good though for Stygian Onslaught, because you can supercharge your burst at the very beginning, get the Hydro, and actually be able to start your first rotation. And after that, yeah, just ER. The others doesn't really matter at all. Like, all of this crit, that's kind of worthless, but not like you need any other stats either. Just 4-piece Silken Moon, Flameforged Insight for the energy, and some extra ER, yep. Attack is better than EM for Flints in general? Yeah, because you already get so much EM. You get EM from his own. He gets 160 EM from his own passive. You get like 250 EM from your sucrose, or maybe like 200 to 250 EM from your sucrose. You can get EM if you have C1 Aino. If you have Inefa, you get even more EM. But even if you don't, you still get a lot. You get EM from Silicon Moon, Silicon Moon's Serenade. You might get EM if you play Instructors. Like, Flinz is gonna have 500 plus EM in combat, worst case. From all the buffs. Because he gets 160. Like, you always have 160 from Flinz himself. You always have 120 from Silicon Moon. So that's already 280 EM. Right? You get a couple subs, you have like 350. You have Sucrose, and that's like 200 more, you have like 450. I know C1, you have 550. Pretty much, right? Attack doesn't have diminishing returns, only EM has diminishing returns in Genshin Impact. Attack is linear. Every point of attack is the same damage increase as the previous point of attack. It's just that, like, relatively it's worth a bit less, because like if you are dealing 100 damage and you get 100 more attack to deal 200, that's twice the damage, but you get 100 more on top of that, and now you from 200 to go to 300, that's 50% more. But you still get the same damage increase, like 100 attack, 100 damage, but if you already have 200, then going to 300 is a smaller relative increase. So in that case, stacking too much of one stat can be bad, but those are not diminishing returns. With EM, you get like 100 EM, you deal 100 more damage, then you get 100 more EM and you only deal 50 more damage. The more EM you get, the less each point of EM is worth, right? You can see it here with the EM multipliers. Like I have 150 EM on Chaska, right? And I have, let's look at like the overload superconduct bonus. 110% at 150 EM, right? And then let's find somebody with like 300. Maybe she has 360, that's a bit too much. Do I have 300 EM on anybody? It's either like, oh yeah, she has 275, no. 341, that's a bit too much as well. Essentially, if you double your EM, you don't get double the bonus. But I don't have the right character to show this. 200 here, 556. I need two characters where one has half the EM of another. 220? Wait, did somebody have 400? No. I've seen like some Neferkonet earlier. I mean, she's a solid main DPS. Compared to 1000? Nah, like you... Because you cannot really tell by looking at that. I want to say hello Wilson, because you baited me with the thingy. Oh yeah, 300 here, right? So this is 300. And here you have like 50% vape and melt. But now I need 150, and the hair was a bit less than 150. $136, whatever. This is like a futile endeavor. 119.84. This 159. This is a bit too much though. This 28, but this is more than half. Whatever. The more EM you get, the less buffs you get. Going from 0 to 100 is a bigger increase than from 800 to 900. It's not like super big. It's not like getting EM above a certain point is worthless, but it's just EM might be the best stat when you don't have a lot of it, but it will stop being the best stat eventually. And you still have the like relative increase thingy, where you already have this much EM, now it might be better to invest into more crit or attack. But it does have diminishing returns as well, straight up. And this is the only stat in Genshin to have diminishing returns. No other stat has that. I wanted to craft a piece. Spell attack is better than EM? I mean, it depends on character. Some characters scale only with EM. Like Kazuha. His base damage is so bad on his abilities that this is pretty much irrelevant and you just only want swirl damage. So on Kazuha, whether you already have 1000 or like 3000 EM, you just build only EM. But then there are characters who only want like a bit of EM. Like if you're playing Arlecchino in a Vapor Melt team, she doesn't react all of her damage. So she wants like a bit of EM, like 150-ish, and then would prefer attack. Now an EM sub will still be better than a flat attack sub, but only up to a certain point. If you already have a lot of EM from like Sucrose buff and stuff, maybe a flat attack sub could be better than an attack sub. But this is very character dependent. Different characters value EM differently. Like yeah, there are characters like Mizuki who only deals damage through swirls. There is like Gaming who can melt 100% of his damage, so EM is also better on him. There is Mavuika who like melts probably like half of her damage, maybe like 60%. We've got Arlecchino who's like probably 30%. We've got the spread and aggravate characters who get flat damage from the EM they play. And then Lunar Charged, where the EM multiplier affects the damage directly as well. So it's kinda like a vape, but then you also have the Lunar Charged reaction itself. So yeah, you can't just say this generally. On Nefer, for example, you always want EM. Wait, I can just... no, I cannot go through. On Nefer you always will want EM over attack, because attack is worthless garbage. And her damage scales directly with EM. So for Nefer, EM is both the damage multiplier and the base damage. So for her, EM plays two roles. It buffs up two parts of the damage formula at the same time. So it's incredibly broken. You still want crit as well. But EM is so good that you almost would want an EM hat. Now, you usually will prefer crit. But if you have like a banger, if your crit hats are very bad on this set, and you have a goated EM hat somehow, like yeah, if you have an EM hat that rolls plus 5 crit damage, 50 crit value, this could be better than a mid crit hat. I mean, she's not the only support, but she's the best support, and I don't see how that's weird. Bennett is the best support for 80% of the attack scalers in the game. And Aino is the best support for Nefer and Flins. If you do not have Lauma or Inefa, then yeah, then you must play Aino for the two Notcray. But if you have more Notcray characters, and we'll also get Yahoda soon, she might or might not have a Moon Wheel, but she will definitely give you +1 Moon Sign. Because I know, even though she only has a vision, she gives you +1 Moon Sign, so Yahoda will also. So if Yahoda's released, you will be able to play like I know with Nefer, and then with Flins you could go Yahoda. I mean, I know is still the best hider, but you could do some like Yelan or whatever, and the team would still work. I mean, every character will have a set of supports that you need, and if you don't have any of them, they will be worse. Like, if you don't have Bennett or Jansan, your Varesa will be bad without them. It's just a bit less direct, but it's still the same thing pretty much. It's been like that since 1.0. You always needed the right characters. Like, Xiangling was always bad without Bennett. It's even worse with Xiangling, because there is like literally only Bennett. I guess, I mean, you can play Xiangling as just like, just Pyro up, no damage. Because you can play her just like as the only Pyro in a Moalani team, for example. But she deals no damage in that team, right? If you want Xiangling to deal damage, you must play Bennett, like only Bennett. And there are no other options. Pretty much. Yeah, still 4 stars. Shining was the best DPS until like... Nuvilet. Sorry. Doesn't matter much that she was a 4 star. Raiden was only good because because she battered your Xiangling. Or like not only good, but the best use case of Raiden was to give your Xiangling more energy, and then you could play more attack, crit and EM on Xiangling to make her stronger. It really was until Fontaine where characters actually started getting stronger. Still with the entire Sumeru, the 1.0 cast of 4 stars were the best characters in the game. Genshin needed to get some power creep eventually, because come on. Xiangling being better than every 5 star up until Fontaine was pretty silly. Okay. So, crafting a goblet? I probably will craft a goblet. A goblet or a hat. A hat might also be good for flints though. An EM goblet is only for Nefer. That was better. Similar, very similar. More niche for sure. Ganyu was good until they made bosses unfreezable. So like Ganyu was good for a period of time. Since her release to like early Inazuma. And then when they decided to murder Venti, Ganyu also kinda got buried with him. When Abyss became only bosses that you cannot freeze. Because this is better than the bare... Actually, no, this is also the bare... No, this is better than the bare minimum. Because here I have 5 good subs, essentially, right? ER EM, ER crit rate, and 3 rolls into crit rate. So that's 5 good rolls. You are only guaranteed 4 when you craft. You are guaranteed 4 good rolls. And you might get more. Here I have 4 good rolls on this hat. Because it's EM crit rate, and then 2 rolls into crit rate. This is 5. This is also 4. Yeah, let's craft an EM goblet. Those are hard to get. My Flints artifacts are like good as they are. So Night of the Sky Unveiling, goblet, costs 4, which is sad, but EM double crit. For Nefer the options clear. Because for Flints I could think about maybe instead of crit rate I want attack percent or EM or ER. I mean I can't have EM, but like I could want attack percent or ER, but Nefer only wants 3 stats. EM, crit rate, crit damage. Everything else is worthless. ER is worthless, attack is worthless. You maybe would rather get HP and defense so that you are more tanky and you can play sustainless. Click it. Let's hope it's a 4-liner. And it's not a 4-liner. I mean, for Nefer, the other subs don't matter. Attack can be good for Flints. If we roll a bunch of attack, we can play this on Flints. I mean, for Nefer, it's the worst case scenario. The rolls are pretty low. Mid-low on both. So, like, I mean, it could be low on both. And then it's a 3-liner. Nefer does not care about any substat other than crit. So no matter what we rolled, it's always bad for Nefer. So yeah, it's actually pretty bad. Because yeah, mid-low, and a 3-liner. The only way it could be worse if it was a low roll on either of those, or both. But yeah, let's see how we roll. This will actually determine how good this piece is. You can create a 3-liner? Yeah, most of the time you create 3-liners. Let's go like plus 12. Defense is I would rather take defense on Nefer than attack percent. Be more tanky and not die as easily. We're gonna need one more crit roll. But hopefully we get two more and not just one. Okay, high roll. High roll on both here actually, which is pretty nice. This is already my best piece for Nefer because of the high roll. I think, maybe. I mean, on average it's mid-high. Because mid-low and high, so mid-high on average. I mean, this cannot be goated. It rolled defense percent. At best, it will have like 3 good rolls out of 5 possible. So that ship has already sailed. Double bonus. And we roll defense again. Better than attack. Defense is better than attack. So here we have... Ten is like 3.9, 3.1, 3.1. So this is slightly better, slightly more crit, right? Because it's 28. This is 26.4. So we've got slightly more crit value. And here you have flat HP. Here you have defense percent. So honestly, I don't mind this. Maybe I can play Sustainless Nefer with this. Just be tanky enough from your defense subs. Yeah. Let's upgrade my Nefer build. And I'm not switching frames to this. Everlama Baiju. Baiju takes a lot of field time, but it's okay. But you really want a 4-star with that. You don't want to play a 5-star in the final slot. Or I mean... Actually, there are some 5-stars, because one of the better supports for Furina, for Nefer, is Furina. Because... Like, Furina's burst is pretty worthless. The damage bonus does nothing, so you don't even press it. What you do in a Nefer team with Furina is when you go through your supports, you do like all the abilities and stuff, and you just go to Furina, press E, switch out, right? It's super quick, takes 0 field time. You might want to do like a normal attack for Favonius or something, if you have that. But yeah, it's just super quick, takes no field time, deals decent damage, because you can build your Furina full damage 0 ER, because you don't need your burst. So you can go, you know, with her Sig or Uraku Misugiri, or Key of Karnizot, although Key of Karnizot will not proc, because you need to stay on field for too long. You need all your buddies to attack. And normally this happens during the burst animation, but I'm not sure if you want to wait for this. Maybe at R3 I want to wait for this. So Freya would actually be one of the better options for you, if you have her. Because she would take even less time than Aino. And you even have Baiju to heal off the damage, so that you aren't at half HP permanently. Because one issue with Furina is that you are at half HP all the time, for no good reason. Also, once you fall to half HP, Furina deals less damage. So having a healer can make up for that. I might... Oh yeah, but then I would need to start doing it now. Like, if I want to level up my Shinobu for the Nefer team, I would need to start doing that now. Maybe I should have even started today. Then I would play Silken Moon, Shinobu, and like Instructor's Aino. But my Aino, there's only one Aino. Instructor's Furina. No, thank you. Don't want to do that. There is only one Aino, so I don't want to change her set. Although, Instructor's Aino, and then Silken Moon in Nefa could be... would also be good for Flames. It will be pretty similar. Tenacity is a smaller buff, but attack is a better stat. Let's gather some rocks. Also, let's go to my artifacts. Because I'm almost capped on my artifacts because of all the 1-stars I'm getting. Do I have any like instructor spears I want to take a look at? Okay, they're all bad. Let's first do, I've got 800 1-stars. And this is not from like, this is not from many runs, this is like 5 runs or something. Maybe less even, of the artifact route. Because I destroyed a bunch recently. So yeah, let's destroy all 3, 4 and 2. Once for Mora, I'm fine on Mora for now. And for the 1-stars, let's just like select a bunch. I don't want to throw out all of them. Let's leave like 200 or something. I want to throw them all out because sometimes I have like 1 EXP left on an artifact. I don't want to have to use a blue thingy. I want to have some 1-stars. So we'll do this, and now we have 150 1-stars, that's good. And now I've got over 1000 free spots. Do I have locked +0 artifacts? I actually still do. I should either level them up or throw them out. Keeping these pieces just like this is pretty cope. Oh, all the rocks are up. Nice. On this little island. If you just want to go to one place to gather rocks for the not cry weapons, go here. Every 3 days. When all the crystals have respawned. And also, it doesn't really matter whether you go like once for Mora and then force for EXP. Like, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Because 1 point of EXP is 1 Mora. Doesn't matter how you spread them out. So if I'm going for EXP, I'm going for EXP on all of them. Let me just take one more fly around here to see if I didn't miss anything. I think I got all the relevant crystals. Is there anything like over there or something? Doesn't seem so. The photo event was great, but the photo icons on the map are pretty annoying now. Especially in Nasha Town, that's flooded with them. Okay. Chaska is such a great character to have for stuff like this. If you're a resinless gamer, Chaska's like the best character in the game. Maybe one day I should also get her C2. Now what I actually need... Because C2 is just more damage, who cares about this? It's like way more damage, but like whatever. I need refinements on the first great magic. Because for each refinement I get 2% extra speed. Actually, I think it even goes... I think it even rounds slightly up afterwards. Because it's... we care about the second number, because we have one Anemo character, two non-Anemo in the team. So we get 7% by default. And it's 9, 11, 13, 15. Okay, no, so it's +2 every time. But it's more than double. It goes 15 from 7. It's actually funny, because 10 only goes up to 18. Like, all of these values increase by 8%. So, if you only have one stack, it triples from 4 to 12. If you have 2, it more than doubles. If you've got 3, it's only 80% more. For these values, they all double evenly. Kind of funny how they tuned the scaling on this weapon with the movement speed. But hey, better for me, I guess, because I don't get all the stacks. Like, yeah, you usually do not get all the stacks on... You want the attack percent, normally. Or is it damage bonus? No, attack, yeah. Normally you want the attack percent, because that's more damage, and the movement speed doesn't matter. You just get one stack of it. Or something. For your Anemo character in the team. So just like a nice little bonus. So that you can reposition yourself easier when aiming your shots, because this is a linear weapon, right? So I guess it improves the one stack the most, because this is what you actually get in linear teams. Cheska is stage 0 for exploration in Genshin? Yeah, for sure. Cheska, Wanderer as well. Wanderer is pretty big as well. He's slightly worse than Cheska usually, but he's not even strictly worse than Cheska for resilience activities. Because Wanderer has a more... Like, he's easier to control. Like, you let go and he stops immediately. And he also flies a bit lower. He's also better at climbing up than Cheska. Cheska's got faster speed. But also I do have C1. So like the duration is kind of fake here. Wanderer cannot. Like, Wanderer doesn't have any extra duration from his cons though. So I guess it's like a slight downside of him. But yeah, it's... She flies slightly higher by default. Sometimes she cannot get low enough near the ground while Wanderer can. Because Wanderer can pretty much hug the ground, right? Like, I can be right on the ground. Cheska, she's always like slightly higher. Even if I'm going uphill. She like always stops quite a bit above the ground. If you're just flying across some big gap or something, yeah, Cheska is gonna be better. But with Wanderer, if you are doing something specific, like I want to fly to a specific point or something, he can be better at that. Whoa, so yeah, Wanderer is still huge. Just flight in general is pretty OP. Even Aoife isn't bad actually. Oh yeah, if you don't have Cheska, I mean you might not have Aoife either. But he's a 4-star. Most bow, like... When it comes to puzzles that require you to have something, it's mostly just like puzzles that require you to have pyro or pyro bows. So it doesn't help much. Also, I'm mostly talking about resilience activities, because if you are exploring a new place for the first time, I feel like Cheska makes your experience worse. Because you end up flying over so many cool things, you will find fewer chests as well, and skip, you know, movement puzzles. So for exploring a new area for the first time, I would say that Cheska is actually bad. You should not play her even if you have her. That's what I did when this came out, and I'm happy with my decision. But yeah, if I'm collecting rocks or artifacts or stuff like that, that's when... That's when she's huge. And of course, if you like don't like Genshin exploration, at that point why even play probably? But yeah, if you want to play Genshin but you don't like the exploration, I guess having Shaska to skip a lot of it could be a nice thing. But that's kind of scuffed. It should expire around here. And we get another one. Now let's hope I can grab this in time. Oh no, man. Okay, this doesn't work. Other good exploration characters are like Varesa Mavuika. Ifa's not bad. Best 4-star for exploration. You want to have one of... I mean, ideally Chiori has the best movement speed buff. Not because it's like the highest, but because it always works. You can get movement speed buffs from Gaming, Rosaria, Dihya. And I think one more character? Mika maybe? I remember I checked this recently, and I forgot again. But there's one more character that gives you a movement speed during the day. So yeah, there are some 4-stars that give you movement speed buffs during either only day or only night. Chiori always gives you a movement speed buff, so Chiori is also pretty nice. And she's not even useless for exploration. She has her E. Very long cooldown. So it's not practical to like use consistently, but since you already want to have her anyways, it helps. Xianyun is also nice. She's Anemo. Anemo characters are best by default because they count towards Anemo resonance. You always want to. Even if you have to play like a Sucrose, if you only have Chaska, no other good Anemo characters that do anything, you would still want to play like Anemo Traveler for Anemo resonance for movement speed. And yeah, Xianyun is Anemo. Her jumps are decent, especially if you don't have many better options, like the Natlan characters that move super quickly. And she makes you glide faster, which matters. Ideally you don't want to glide too much, but we all sometimes end up gliding. Playing Wanderer feels good. I miss him. But he's not in the teaser, man. Is Wanderer not gonna get buffed? Will he not count towards Durin? Or what if Wanderer becoming a Hexen Circle member will be like the development during the story? Because yeah, he doesn't have anything to do directly with the Hexen Circle yet, except for being in Simulanka. But he could gain this favor of the witches later on. He has met with Alice already. Surely that's it. He already got one power up in the story, he could get another. Although the first one was before he was playable. Or like when he became playable, that was his first power up. Although maybe it's a power down. Maybe he was stronger just using delusions or whatever. He definitely has a stronger spirit. Okay, let's kill some enemies. I know what I can do. I can go farm friendship. Yeah, let's do that first. Very meaningful activities. Where are the crocs? Here. Oh, and I stole all my clear artifacts for Ganyu, but she ended up not really doing good damage anyways. which is a bit of a shame. I wish my Ganyu could constantly one-shot the Crocs, but I usually need 2 shots. You can also try Yelan, but Yelan I actually use outside of one-shotting crocodiles, so... Because Yelan also has an AoE charge attack, right? That's what you want. You want an AoE charge attack. And this is like 16 max HP, pretty good scaling. And you will have it every time you log in, because it's like 5 seconds out of combat, and you get the breakthrough barb. But yeah, her build actually kinda matters. Ganyu's really doesn't. These cards should still be best. I do want high crit rate, because I want to one-shot them every time. I tried doing the Wanderer's Troop, but it wasn't really all too great. I definitely don't need the ER subs. Do we steal from Tinari? Three crit rolls, or like 4 crit rolls, 4 crit rolls. Attack Suns with 3 crit rate. As long as I don't overcap, it's good. 3 attack, 1 crit damage. Crit damage with 2 attack. This should be very similar. Okay, and how is the build looking now? Only 71 crit rate still. But I don't have a oh no, these are crit rate hats actually. Maybe I do want a crit rate hat with some crit damage on it. Maybe I don't want to go like this. 99 crit rate. Let's see how this works. Like I will crit them every time now. Oh, we even got the Crocs right now. Funny how that worked out. You don't always get them when you come here, but you always get it when you reload. So yeah, Aino doesn't need the friendship anymore, so let's put Ganyu here. I thought that maybe I could try getting like Pyro Resonance, but it wouldn't help. Like I can't get Pyro Resonance because I need Flints and Lauma in the team. So I can have 2 Pyro. Okay, Ganyu, can you one-shot the Crocs? No! Oh, come on. How did this not hit? Well, that's an L. Maybe a different weapon would be better. What if we just played this? I will lose some crit rate. But at least it should one-shot the Crocs if I crit. Now I always crit, but I never one-shot. So it's better to sometimes crit and one-shot when crit. Yeah. Also, I'm not getting any attack buffs. So the attack is pretty great from this. Oh, I still barely cannot one-shot. This could be good enough. I could try Chaska's open and then give it back. This should work. Because I get the full buff. Or actually no, because I need the same type. I will need a cryo character in my team. Now, I'm not gonna eat food every time I log in. Because when I log out, the food would expire, right? Or does it stay when you log out? Let's get a cryo character for more buffs from the weapon. Let's see now. And I guess I will see if food... It stays when logging out. Okay, then this would be good actually. I will need to mess with the weapons and I could have a 100% crit rate. And I can use the Escoffier food that I get every week anyways. Hey, that's smart, that's smart. Well, let's see if this works. Hey, this worked! Okay. The Chaska weapon worked. I might not crit, but if I crit, it works. Does the cryo resonance help on the crit that applies cryo? No, it doesn't. Oh, I missed the crit on both of them? What do you mean? Maybe we do on the food. Play hard but get a food buff. Also, I should be counting how many times I've done this. I think you can get 10 per day. And then you stop getting rewards. You like only get some food or whatever. You stop getting the EXP. And I think you stop getting Mora as well. Wait, I missed one of them. And then I didn't crit the other one. Yeah, okay, so let's switch this back. And I will, after the next login, I will eat the Escoffier food. And now I have 99% crit rate. We'll still miss sometimes, even with like 99.6. So that's killing 2 crocs give me 15 friendship EXP. I can move my camera this time so that you can see. Gonna eat 5-star food for this. $99.4. Should be good enough, right? No! Wait, he's revived with like 1 HP! And yeah, 15 companionship EXP and 1800 Mora. I will do the rhythm game as well. But man, what? How did he survive with 1 HP? What do you mean? Wait, I know! I know what to do to get slightly more damage. Do you know? Here we go. +1 talent level. Now we are good enough. I can't get Pyro Resonance because I need to hit the enemy first. Does Escoffier work passively? Or do you need to hit the enemy? Usually buffs like this are like when you hit the enemy with an ability. Oh yeah, this works now. Escoffier. Yeah, hit by her skill. You need to hit the enemies by the skill. So it doesn't work. Very few things just buff you. Very few things. Most of the time it's conditional on hitting the enemy. And like, you just assume it's always up, because Escoffier's skill has perma uptime. But, yeah, for stuff like this, it kinda matters that it needs to hit. Child was the perfect solution anyways. Chevrus also needs to... Chevrus needs to overload. Anybody can overload, it doesn't have to be Chevrus herself. But you need to overload the enemy to apply the rest shred. And then you need to fire Chevrus's hold E to get the attack buff. So everything for Chevrus also requires some conditions. Am I still getting friendship? Yes, I am. I'm also getting a Mystic Ore. Even some resonance effects are conditional. Like Dendro Res only gives you EM after you do reactions. It doesn't give EM by default. Okay, we still get the XP. Good tip with the food. It should last long enough for the entire friendship farming session. So nice to one-shot them like this. Oh, I didn't get any rewards. I think we're done. I think that's the limit. But we've labbed the best friendship farming team. How close is Lauma? Very close. I'm gonna get it next week for sure. I might get it before Nefer comes out. Which doesn't really matter, because by the time Nefer comes out, I will use her in this team, in the friendship team, and then I guess I want to put Lauma in there, to play Lauma Nefer anyways. So this is all pointless. Unless I just want to continue playing Flints and just screw Nefer and not even play her in the overworld. Just have her in the fourth slot to collect friendship. And then people will ask me what is this team. Pyro and Electro is just by having her in the team? No, it's not. You need to proc an overload. That's why you don't just put Electro and Pyro characters and call it a day, because if you do a team like, let's say, Mavujka, Bennett, Jansan, Chevrus, you will not get the rest consistently. Because Jansan does not have off-field Electro up, so you get like you only get 2 overloads when Jansan is on field, and then the buff will just run out. After a character triggers their overload reaction, the Pyro and Electro rest of the opponent will affected by this. The overload reaction will be decreased by 40% for 6 seconds. So yeah, if you don't have off-field Electro for a Pyro carry or the other way around, off-field Pyro for an Electro carry, the buff only lasts for 6 seconds, which is very short. You need off-field application of the other elements. So if you have like Mavujka, you need off-field Electro, like Ororon. And if you have on-field Electro, like Varesa, you need off-field Pyro, like Mavujka, or Xiangling, or Pyro MC. And Chevrus is not off-field Pyro, Bennett is not off-field Pyro either. So if you play those two, your final slot needs to be off-field Pyro if you play an Electro carry. That's why you cannot play Varesa, Bennett, Jansen, and Chevrus. Now, Varesa could probably make it work somehow, because she can switch out during her rotation, so you could switch out to do a Bennett E. But it's kinda scuffed. You want to play some off-field Pyro anyways. Is Zero Chevrus usable with Raiden? Zero Chevrus is perfectly fine, it's the Raiden that's questionable. I'm thinking, can Raiden be good enough in an overload team? She can be the off-field Electro. Just press E switch out. But if you want to burst and attack enemies, it's probably her best team. As a main DPS. This is your best Electro DPS? Would an on-field Fischl deal more damage? Maybe. So the C0 Chevrus is perfectly fine. If you are forced to play Raiden, main DPS, build with attack and crit, then Chevrus is perfectly fine. Chevrus, Ben, Jansen, Raiden, like now this is not a good team. For one, Jansen is pretty scuffed with Raiden because Raiden does not move at all. By the time your best has been cast, the Jansen buff is already falling off. So like, it's good for damage per screenshot, because it will still buff the burst decently, but then the damage bonus falls, the attack bonus falls off very quickly. And also, after 6 seconds from your last overload, which happens when Chevrus uses her E, you lose the Pyro and Electro rest shred. So this team is just not good in general. You don't like a Xiangling hinder instead of the Jansen. Or a Durin. This is only good for damage per screenshot, not damage per second. I guess you could get a few extra, like, depending on the enemy. If you use Chevrus's burst, the balls can be left on field. And you don't even need to build that much ER because you have Raiden that batteries her. So Chevreus's Burst can apply some off-field pyro if the enemies don't walk into all the bombs immediately. Still, Janssen is kinda meh with Raiden anyways. And Raiden is meh as well, so probably putting a Xiangling in there is more damage than buffing Raiden slightly more. Yeah, for sure. You are not missing out on much, Wilson. You are only missing out on one reroll feather per patch. And you get 3 from Stygian if you get all of them, and you are getting 2 instead of 3. That's not a big deal at all. Let's play some rhythm games. Although here, I don't want to be here because like a thunder could strike me. Let's go to a more peaceful place. I don't think it ever rains in Not Cry. Like, oh no, it can rain in some places. But the thunderstorms in Not Cry are Kuvaki storms, which you are immune to after you complete a world quest. This, once you have the airspace data collector, you are immune to lightning. So even if a random thunderstorm would happen, which I don't think it can, I would be immune. But it doesn't work outside of Not Cry, because it only works against Kuvaki storms. Okay. The item will expire in 3 days. Let me first get more water. And you can say, if you want a specific song, you can type it down and I can play that as warm-up. We get fewer expansion, but each expansion is richer than before. Does Nilu have a song here? I don't think she does. Yeah, there is no Nilu. We can do Kole. Nice. Should I only play easy maps when I warm up to get like an ego boost before I do the hard one? I haven't done Rio de Sli in ages. Let's do this one. This one from the OG, from the event days. Oh yeah, that was a unique skin. Also from the event days. I'm not used to this skin at all. I remember it gave me a lot of trouble back in the day. This felt so hard to me, but I was so bad back then. I mean, I still perfected this eventually, but I needed like 200 tries. Oh, I got it good. But yeah, these seconds were so hard to me. I don't even really need to be too focused. No, there's no official summer event either. Right? I don't think there is. Could be in the newest album, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. They should just have us click faster and faster and not these sliders. You want to chat, but you don't know what to say, so we're just gonna. Okay. We've got Dragon Spine. We could do that. Hello, Sid. Dragon Spine is pretty lovely. Just came back after a nice trip to the hills with fams after exams. Very nice. How have I been? Doing great. There are so many good games this year, man. I just finished Silksong earlier this week and started playing Pokemon ZA now. And it's so good. I'm really loving Pokemon ZA. I just love Pokemon games in general. But this one feels very fresh. It's super nice. Can we play Nahida? Yeah, sure. I'll do Nahida and then I will do one hard song. Because if I only do easy songs, after this I will do like Duel in the Mist or maybe No Turning Back. And then I will do Shiguin. Gotta do something harder to get some real warm-up. The passage. That's at the face. ruled over Snezhnaya. The Belly Tsar ruled over Snezhnaya in the phase where he's like underlings or like created by him. I think that's how it was. Or was the because the Fire kind of like the Adepti of Snezhnaya. Oh shoot, I clicked the wrong thing, man. I was reading the chat and doing this perfectly and then I just clicked the wrong thing. Sad. I am not doing Skara's theme song, no. I am never doing this map again. At least not in the not in the near future. I might do some like thing where I do every map one after another or something if I'm very bored one day, but yeah, no, I don't want to do that again. Took me more than enough tries. This was the last map I got to perfect, or like I guess, I mean, there is the Shiguino one now, but that came out recently. And Skara is old. And this is more fun anyways. Ah, we got a good. Ah, now I failed? What? After the hard section? There's not a map during which I can read chat, unlike the Nahida one. Oh, that was a bunch of goods. God tier, and if I was God tier, I would not be missing here. And there are other custom maps as well. Albedo's theme, that one's pretty easy. But what I think so far, it's very good, yeah. I mean, because the thing with rhythm games is that there are some very hardcore rhythm game fans, and when somebody has been playing rhythm games for like their entire life, they are so good at it that like there is such a big gap. Like for example, there is a way bigger gap between me and the best rhythm game players than between me and the best Genshin players, for example. Even though there is still a lot of room to improve in Genshin for me as well. I'm not pulling off the best Mabuika combos and stuff. But like, the best rhythm game players is like a different kind of being, you know? Not even human. Okay, let's do Shiguin now. Enough stalling. I need to get my handcam setup back. Because I used my phone to record my hands when I was rhythm gaming. But I had like a Lego tower built to hold up my phone and the tower fell to the floor and broke and I didn't want to rebuild it. Today we got a fail. That section is so hard, even though I was like, just doing that in isolation. I couldn't get it perfectly. Flint was a goof in this pose. Looks pretty... like distinguished. I like pretty much every character playing the horn. Say, what was this? Like a miss and 3 goods or something? 2 misses, 5 goods. Okay, that's much worse. Let's do Genshin though. Yao Yao. Arena 3.4, nothing in common. So this is like between 2.4 and 3.3. Could be like late Inazuma. Could be Shinobu. Nice. This place is pretty dead, by which I mean there is nothing to kill. This is Tartaglia. Daily ability? I got like 2 one-shots, cause like, no, this pretty much one-shot. Cause first one is just a random guess. One-shot here. I want to get this as well. I think this might be Shilonen. Shilonen is my first guess. Yeah, let's just go with that. No! Then what is this? Ito? Oh no, that's a shield, that's Candice. Oh no, I did not see that it's a shield early enough. Like, it's guessable if you know that her shield looks like this. I thought it's like a drum or something. Doctor girl doctor. So it's not Ifa, not Baiju. Like there are a bunch of healers, but is there any girl that's actually a doctor? Shiguin. No! It's like Komi. This was just bait. Shiguin fits so much better than Kokomi. This was not really one-shotable properly, you know? Because like she heals, but she's not a doctor. Shiguin is actually a doctor in the prison. She's like a nurse. Always Shuei. Chichi could have been okay as well. She does work at a pharmacy. Definitely fits better in Kokomi. Below 1.6, nothing in common with Shuei. Which could be Gepard. Not Yarilo. And not 1.0. Okay, could be a Stellaron Hunter. Cannot be Silverwolf and cannot be Blade. So it's Kafka. Easy. Romaritime, you mean the Shiguin song? No. Still a bit too hard for me. That one section. Sleeping bag, moisturizing sleeping mat. Already, it's time to go. That's Lynx. Easy clap. Is this Keridra? No. Huh? Then what is this? Midday, maybe? No. Probably something that heals, but I've never seen this before. I've definitely never seen this before. So, like, that's why I'm picking Euphorious characters. Like, I've never seen this before in Genshin though. So, like, maybe it's something new. Maybe it's like Jade, she consumes HP. Unyielding Will. If it's midday. What can it be? Danheng? No. Is this Jingliu? No, who is this? It's Ice. Oh, this is Gepard. Oh yeah, this is Gepard. Yeah. And what does this do? This is the passive where he gets hit more. Oh yeah, so the pluses are like increased aggro. Is this what they represent? Oh, finally a character list where Danheng is at the front. His internal ID is like very low. So if a character list is ordered by internal ID, you get Gepard, like you get Danheng, the new form, like here, right next to the Trailblazers, which makes no sense and it's super hard to find him then. They finally ordered this properly. Oh no, this is when you get killed, you get revived. Oh wait, the extra aggro is from his... No wait, he gets extra aggro from an ability, no? Oh, extra aggro is here. This integrity. And then this is the revival. Pretty hard to guess. But now I know. Now I know that a person in a circle, those are Gepard's abilities. Black Swan. Easy clap. Probably should have been Fushuan actually, but... They finally did not put the wind one first, they put it second. Normally they always put wind first, and it's so annoying for every wind character. Oh, it's Nekomata. Now I remember. Nekomata is the same mod, Billy is a different one. So if it's physical and a different mod, that's Billy. If it's physical and the same mod, that's Nekomata. If they are attacked, but usually they are. Because other than the boss mod, Nekomata and Billy are the same. So gotta remember the one difference. Okay, now I can go grab some rocks. No, actually I've already grabbed the rocks. Let's grab some enemies.
Oh yeah, 心配してくれているんですか?
Man, the rain is so cool. With the droplets flying down and returning back up, probably because of like the magnetism. Wait, who was Petit Cho? I recognize that name, but who was that? Oh yeah, it's the bird. It's the fat bird. Yes. You're a bit lost. This is because like there are a bunch of quests in Fontaine that then like all combine into one bigger narrative. So you're supposed to be, I guess, a bit lost early on. Just gonna farm books because artifacts are pissing you off. You have to have infinite patience for artifacts. Like when I first spent 90 fragiles in that domain, I got like maybe 2 or 3 good pieces. Most of the good pieces I have now I got actually later on. And 90 fragiles is like an entire month of resin. Spent on only artifacts. Man, Flince's rules are pretty satisfying. Oh, no. From the piece that I remember, I know that this hat came from that. This perfect crit rate hat, but on the support set, unfortunately. This was from the initial grind. I got some other good pieces on the Silken Moon Serenade thingy. Maybe this was back then as well, but I mostly got Silken Moon Serenade pieces. And very few good pieces from Night of the Skies Unveiling. I barely had anything for Flince. But fortunately Flince came second half, so I didn't need this first half, right? But if Flince was first half, I would not be ready with just the 90. But yeah, I mean, it just takes time. Like, I finally got good pieces. I finally got some good pieces. Like, this is almost a perfect feather. This didn't roll crit at all, but it has all the good stats I want. And I have some alternatives. Like, this actually rolls 5 good rolls, but too much crit rate, so I can't play this. If I ever get Flince's signature, I will switch to this piece. Try this as well. So just, you know, you just farm more. Farm more and farm more and farm more, and you will get there eventually. Don't get discouraged. What is the ley line? I know I could look it up from like the book, but I want to find it by myself. Okay, here they are. How much should you keep for a backup? You don't really need to keep... I mean, it might be useful to have a couple in case like... is the Fontaine World with time gated? I remember there are some time gated things there, but it might be just the epilogue. I don't remember if anything up until then is time gated. And there's like some minor quests. So you might want to keep a few, like 5 to 10 fragiles, in case there is like an event that gives you more mats from ley lines, but you forget and you spend everything on domains, and then like, oops, I want to farm ley lines, but I forgot. So it's good to have some in that case. But overall, you don't really need to save much. Could be even less than, like, 5 is more than good enough for that. You just want to only spend them when the Stygian ley lines are up, right? When the Stygian ley lines are up, every 120 resin you spend on artifacts, you get 1 extra artifact. So essentially every like 340 resin clears, you get 1 extra artifact for free. So you get more stuff for your resin. So that's when you want to use your fragiles. Pre-Vortex Flames, which is gonna be tough. Easier than trying to build the perfect stuff of Scarlet Sun Flames. I'm capped on crit rate. I'm almost capped on crit rate, and I have like barely any substats. My crit rate substat count is 1, 2, and then 4 here, so 6 in total. On average, 1 crit rate sub per piece. 1.2. Should we do 40 flyers at once? Yeah, sure. When the Stygian leyline is up next time, so a week after Never comes out. Stygian will come up. Nice. And you will get extra artifacts for your resin. This means good outside of Not Cry? Of course. You need a Not Cry teammate, but Aino exists. And Aino's goated. And we're only gonna get more good characters to play with him as time goes on. Yahoda might be good. Columbina might be good. And who knows who else. But yeah, like, being in Not Cry doesn't really do much or anything for you. I guess there's a mechanic where you don't even need a teammate while in Not Cry. Fontaine? Who from Fontaine would help you in Natlan? And yeah, not having anybody and always needing to use the Sorians is a bit annoying. But even just like Janssen and Aoife, and you are already chilling. I can't wait for Durin as well. They did give us the teaser today. Wait, where is it? Here. The winds of the mortal world whisper their fables. Even sorrow takes flight, while white dandelions drifting towards peace and fulfillment. And we have symbols. We have these items symbolizing Albedo, Klee, Venti, Mona, Sucrose, Fischl, and Razor. To defy the current is to learn. By weaving beauty, kindness, and wisdom into one path, the crown of elevation is complete. And yeah, these characters from... It seems that these 7 characters will get additional talents added to their kits, which will only be active if you play 2 of them or Durin. Like, these 7 characters plus Durin will get a special Hex and Circle tag, and when you play 2 of them in a team, they will get an additional talent ability, an additional passive talent activated. Leo, and they could add an Adeptus tag. They very much could add it. The teacup is Alice. I mean, the teacup is just general witchy stuff. Not sure if this teacup represents any witch specifically. This like ink bottle, this pot in the background, this teacup, this hat. Those are just like generic witches. I don't think that they are meant to represent one specifically. But you can bet that Alice and Nicole will also be added here. And if one day we get Octavia and Barbelov, they as well will be added to this lineup. I'm also hoping they adopt Wanderer. Oh yeah, Xiao and Xianyun would be 2 Adepti in a team. That would already work very well. And then Yanfei could be there as well. Yanfei is like half... Like, Yanfei is not an Adeptus, but she has mystical beast blood. She could work They could. I mean, if Razor can be Hex and Circle, then Yanfei can be Adepti, can be an Adeptus. Because like the thing with Adepti is that it's not a species, it's a title. You become an Adeptus by signing a contract with Zhongli, with Morax. So Ganyu is an Adeptus because she fought together with Zhongli in the Archon War. And Yanfei is not, because she's much younger than that. She never worked with Zhongli. So she's half mystical beast, but she's not an Adeptus. At all. Like she's 0% Adeptus, but half mystical beast, right? Because it's a title, not a species. But pretty much all of the mystical beasts we have, or mystical beast people, in Liyue are Adepti, except for Yanfei. So it kind of gets lumped together oftentimes. And even the game sometimes is pretty confusing about this.
Yeah.
And Zhongli is the prime Adeptus. Zhongli is the big boy. Zhongli not counting as an Adeptus would be like Alice not counting as a witch. But yeah, that's actually, that sounds very plausible. Use not carry glider on flints. I mean, there will be... Because here... We get the glider after we complete the third part of Serenic Chronicles, and each part takes a patch to complete. There's one patch, second patch, third patch. So at the end of the Durin patch, we can get the Wings of the Silent Moon. Because it's 6 weeks, right? I mean, we don't see how many notes, but it probably will be 6 per part, right? So 6 nodes per part, every node is 1 week. If you've been doing this since Not Cry came out, you have this now, these rewards, and then we will get the name card at the end of the next patch, and then the wings at the end of the patch after that. No matter when you start. Yeah, like when you finish, I think you need to finish the part 1 of the Not Cry story, then you unlock the first one, and then you can do them once a week after that. So like it's at least 6 weeks per part. But if you forget, or if you delay this by a day or something, it will drift further and further, because it refreshes 7 days after you complete the previous one, right? You do the first one, 7 days later, it becomes available, the second one. And the third one will only become available 7 days after you finish the second one. So if you forget about this, just like we tend to forget about the parametric transformer, it will just like take longer and longer. So 18 weeks is the bare minimum. 18 weeks after finishing the part 1 of the Not Cry Archon quest is the bare minimum you need. I could have them on Wednesday, because I'm doing them on Thursdays. I could have done them all on Wednesday, so like the earliest possible day, because I did finish the first part day 1. But on Wednesdays, like I want to do them all on stream, but on Wednesdays we get new patches in all Hoyo games, so if like there is a new Star Rail patch or Zenless patch, I want to play those games. So I decided to just start doing them on Thursdays. Just let them delay them by 1 day and it's fine. Very few people will finish this on very few people will be finishing them on Wednesdays anyways. Because you need to have finished the patch day 1. You have to have finished the Not Cry Archon Quest part 1 day 1, and then you have to never forget to log in on Wednesday and do the Chronicle. Genshin is secretly making you more routine and disciplined. That is like that is one thing that a lot of people enjoyed when it first came out during the pandemic. Because Genshin came out just as the pandemic was like really ramping up. And when everybody was like stuck at home with and like their daily routines were destroyed, having a game that like just wants you to log in every day and do some dailies and stuff was pretty life-saving to many. Me included, really. Genshin came out at the perfect time. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, but this will be the end of the stream for today. I do have a stream every single day at 8 PM CST, which is 3 hours before now. Tomorrow we'll be playing some Zenless, gotta do the weeklies, and there are a bunch of events as well. And then Genshin will be again on Monday, and then on Wednesday, early Genshin stream at 5 PM, so 3 hours earlier than usual. And yeah, that'll be super cool. Let's rate somebody here. I will also post the stream schedule for the next week in a moment on Genshin. Nefer pulling stream. Yeah, I will be pulling Nefer on Wednesday for sure. And I might drop some pulls on the weapon banner, but I will try to avoid soft PT. But if I get it early, I get it early, and it could be okay. Or I mean, getting Nefer's weapon would be great, but getting Freena's weapon would be kinda eh. But yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye bye!